My beloved child. I speak to you today not as a distant God, but as your Father, the one who knows every corner of your heart. You may try to hide your pain, your fears, your silent prayers whispered into the night. But I see it all. I see the questions you've tucked away, the wounds you've learned to live with, and the hopes you no longer speak of. Nothing is hidden from me, not your shame, not your struggle, not your longing. And I come to you not with judgment, but with arms open wide. Not with condemnation, but with compassion. Not to scold, but to invite you closer. You've asked, Lord, are you still with me? Let these very words be your sign, yes, I am here. Let them settle deep within you and awaken the truth you've always known, that you are seen, you are known, and you are cherished. Take a deep breath, child. Slow your racing thoughts. Feel my presence draw near, like morning light filtering through your window, steady and warm. Before the worries of the day chase after you, pause. Just pause. And give thanks. Do not overlook the miracle of your very breath, the gift of another day, the gentle ways I've surrounded you with my goodness, even through imperfect people, even in messy places. Gratitude opens your heart to see me more clearly. It is not just a feeling, it is the doorway to deeper revelation. When you stop to be grateful, something shifts. Your mind clears. Your soul settles. And suddenly, my voice becomes louder than your fear. You believe that your mistakes have put you beyond my reach, that the wrong turns you've taken have closed off the path to peace. But hear this now, my grace is stronger than your shame. Where you see failure, I see a future. Where you see brokenness, I see a story yet to be told, one of redemption and beauty beyond your imagination. Yes, you've stumbled. Yes, there were things you wish you could undo. But my love isn't deterred by your detours. I do not desire your destruction, I long for your healing. I don't want to punish you, I want to restore you. When you fall, I don't turn away, I reach to lift you. So, come. Step out of the shadows. You've carried this weight alone long enough. I am not just the God of second chances. I am the God who walks with you in the middle of the mess. Who kneels beside you, wipes your tears, and whispers. You're still mine. Let that be the beginning of your new day. You've heard my voice calling, gently drawing you from the weight you've carried alone for far too long. And now, child, I ask you to come closer still. Because what I have for you goes far beyond relief, it is renewal. I do not merely want to lift your burdens, I want to transform your perspective. I long to show you that your value is not measured by your perfection, but by my affection. You were never meant to earn my love, it is already yours. Fully. Freely. Forever. Let this sink deep into your soul. You are not a project I'm fixing. You are a person I treasure. You may have grown used to walking with your head low, weighed down by thoughts that whisper, I'm not enough. But I have always seen you as more than enough. You are not disqualified by your past, you are qualified by my presence. I am rebuilding you, not as a copy of who you once were, but as something new, something holy, strong, and radiant. There's a beauty in your brokenness that only I can see. A glory in your scars that only heaven understands. Even now, as you read these words, there's a stirring, a holy yearning rising within you. That's my spirit moving, awakening the parts of you that have grown quiet, reminding you that there is so much more to your story. You've spent nights pleading for direction. Asking for signs. And here I am, answering in the language of love. I don't require your performance, I want your heart. So bring me the silence that lingers after disappointment. Bring me the pieces you're not sure how to fit together. Bring me the questions that still have no answers. In the stillness, I will speak. In the surrender, I will lead. And in your weakness, I will show my strength. The world has told you to toughen up, to keep pushing forward without pause. But I invite you into something countercultural, rest. Not a momentary break, but soul-deep peace that steadies your mind and revives your spirit. When you allow me to dwell in the center of your day, not just in crisis, but in your quiet routines, everything shifts. You'll begin to sense my voice guiding you in the smallest decisions, aligning your steps with purpose you didn't know you had. Even your breath becomes sacred when you know I gave it. I know how the world around you clamors for your attention. It wants you anxious, distracted, always chasing. But I've prepared something better, a life that isn't reactive, but rooted. A life not shaken by the storm but anchored in hope. This is the invitation I place before you. Come away with me. Let go of the rush. Make room for miracles in the margins of your life. Because my love is not passive, it pursues. My presence doesn't wait on ceremony, it arrives in the ordinary. Child, I'm not finished. Not with your story, not with your dreams, not with you. So draw near again, and stay near. You were made for this nearness. You've responded to my invitation, and I rejoice in your nearness. This is where transformation begins, not in doing more, but in being with me. Right here, in this sacred pause, I am rebuilding what life has tried to tear down. My child, I want to lead you forward, but first I need you to know, truly know, that you don't have to lead yourself. You've carried so much on your own, the pressure to be strong, the fear of making the wrong decision, the heaviness of proving your worth. But I am not asking you to navigate life alone. I am not a silent observer. I am an ever-present guide, a father who walks ahead of you and beside you all at once. You don't need to have every answer. You don't need to map out every step. You only need to trust that I do. I know how often uncertainty has filled your mind. The what-ifs, the hesitation, the haunting regrets. But listen closely, I have not brought you this far to leave you confused. I am clearing the way. Quietly. Powerfully. Faithfully. Even when your path feels hidden, I see the entire road. Even when you feel lost, you are firmly held in my plan. There's no detour that can cancel your destiny, no delay that can void my promises. You have not missed it. You are not behind. You are exactly where I can reach you. And now, I ask you to release the grip you've had on the past, not because it wasn't real, but because I have something greater ahead. The wounds you've endured, the memories that still sting, they don't define you. I do. And I call you redeemed, restored, renewed. Let my words settle like rainfall over dry ground. The years that felt wasted were never without purpose. The silence you feared was not abandonment, but preparation. You thought I was quiet, but I was carving new strength into your soul. You thought you were waiting, but I was weaving beauty behind the scenes. Now is the time to walk boldly, but not in your own might. Let me infuse you with the courage that comes from knowing you are never alone. When you feel unsure, lean in. When fear whispers lies, come closer. I will silence every voice that contradicts what I've spoken over your life. You were created for more than survival. You were made for significance, not by striving, but by surrender. I've placed dreams in your heart that still matter. I haven't forgotten what you've asked of me, not one request has been lost in the wind. You will see fulfillment, not because of your effort, but because of my faithfulness. So step forward. Not recklessly, but faithfully. Walk with me at a pace of peace. I'm not rushing you. I'm not pressuring you. I'm simply asking for your hand, and your heart. Together, we'll move beyond the limits you once accepted. Together, we'll step into a future painted with promise. And when you stumble, I will catch you. When you doubt, I will remind you. When you forget who you are, I will speak your name with love. I am not just calling you out of your pain. I'm calling you into purpose. Step with me now into the truth of who you are. Not who the world has told you to be. Not the image you felt pressured to uphold. But the one I designed, whole, radiant, set apart. You were not an accident. You are not here by chance. I appointed this very moment in time for you to awaken, fully, to the truth that you are chosen. Chosen to carry light. Chosen to walk with authority. Chosen to reflect my heart in places that have long lived in shadows. The world may have tried to diminish your voice. People may have overlooked your value, ignored your kindness, or misunderstood your silence. But I see it all. And I say again, you matter to me. The gifts inside you are not small. They are sacred. They were placed there by my own hand, not for comparison, not for applause, but for impact. You have wondered, do I really have what it takes? And I answer, you do, because I am the one within you. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. Not as a distant force, but as an ever-present guide, a quiet strength, a constant source of wisdom. You are not powerless. You are not empty. You are filled with divine purpose, even in seasons when you feel like all you've done is survive. What you thought was delay was actually preparation. I've been cultivating endurance in your soul. I've been strengthening your character in secret. And now, the time is near when what was hidden will begin to rise. But don't chase greatness the way the world defines it. I'm not calling you to impress. I'm calling you to impact, one life at a time, one act of love at a time, one faithful step at a time. The transformation I'm working in you is not just for you. It will ripple outward, healing families, softening hearts, restoring hope in others who have nearly given up. So do not underestimate the power of your yes. Even the smallest surrender has eternal weight. When you forgive, heaven moves. When you speak life, chains break. When you choose love over retaliation, darkness loses ground. And when you fall, I don't step back, I step closer. You were never called to walk this path perfectly. You were called to walk it with me. Keep your eyes on me, not on outcomes, not on timelines, not on the approval of others. Just me. When discouragement knocks, let my words be your defense. When weariness sets in, let my presence be your rest. And when fear tries to cloud your vision, lift your eyes and remember, I go before you. My child, nothing, nothing, can separate you from my love. Not your mistakes. Not your doubts. Not the opinions of others. I have established your steps. I have written your name in the story of redemption. And I will complete what I began in you. So rise, not in haste, but in holy confidence. You are not behind. You are right on time. This is the season where you begin to live as one who knows. I am loved. I am chosen. I am ready. You've begun to stand taller, not in your own strength, but in the confidence of knowing you are mine. Yet I know there are still moments when you feel the weight of the fight. The battles that wear you down. The whispers that say, this is too much for me. But listen, beloved, you were never meant to fight alone. Even now, even in this very moment, I am moving on your behalf. What you see as resistance, I see as an opportunity for breakthrough. What feels like opposition is no match for the authority I've placed over your life. The enemy may roar, but he will not prevail. Because I, the Lord your God, have declared, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Do not be afraid when the storm rises, I'm in the boat with you. Do not tremble at the size of the mountain, I'm the one who moves it. You are not surrounded by chaos, you are surrounded by grace. I see the burdens that no one else notices. The nights when your heart aches and your prayers feel unanswered. The tears that never reach your cheeks but burn behind your eyes. I hold every one of them close. None of it escapes me. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You've asked for answers, but what I long to give you is my presence. Because when you have me, you have everything. Come back to the quiet with me. Not just when life is heavy, but even in the in-between. Even when things seem okay. Even when you don't feel desperate. Because intimacy isn't built on emergencies, it's nurtured in the ordinary. And I delight in the ordinary moments with you. A whisper of prayer. A silent thank you. A pause to breathe in my peace. These are the moments that anchor your soul. I am not asking you to perform. I'm asking you to trust. The victory I'm bringing won't always look like a loud celebration. Sometimes, it will look like peace in the middle of the storm. Sometimes, it will feel like fresh breath after a long climb. And sometimes, it will be silent, so gentle that you almost miss it, but powerful enough to change everything. Remember, you are not weak for needing rest. You are not faithless for feeling weary. You are human, and I am your God. Let me carry you when you're tired. Let me speak life into your weary bones. Let me remind you of what's still to come. Because this weariness, this pressure, this stretch, is not the end. It is the middle of a miracle. The place between what was and what will be. And I promise you, what's ahead is worth holding on for. Don't measure your progress by how fast you're moving, measure it by how close you're staying to me. If you're clinging to me, you're already winning. Because I lead from victory, not toward it. Keep walking. Keep worshiping. Keep believing. I am lighting your path, one step at a time. No rush. No race. Just the rhythm of grace. Let the world chase applause, you chase my presence. Let others strive to be noticed, you stay steady in knowing you are already seen. And as you continue this journey, hold this in your spirit. The battle belongs to me. You are covered, you are guarded, and you are loved beyond measure. You've walked with me through shadows and stillness, through questions and quiet victories. And now, child, hear this, you have not reached the end. You are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary. The trials that tried to break you, I've used them to make you unshakable. The silence that once unsettled you, it became the place where you learned to hear my voice. The waiting that felt endless, it was never wasted, it was preparation. I am not done writing your story. In fact, I'm just beginning a new chapter, one filled with deeper joy, broader influence, and supernatural peace. Yes, there will still be challenges, but now, you'll face them not as the overwhelmed, but as the overcomer. Because you've been refined. You've been rooted. And most of all, you've been held. This is not about striving for perfection. This is about waking up each day with confidence that you are walking in step with your Creator. I want you to start expecting goodness again. To look for beauty. To wake up with hope, not because life is easy, but because I am near. You've spent enough time rehearsing worst-case scenarios. Now it's time to anticipate breakthroughs. I want you to begin speaking life, over your family, your future, your faith. Speak as one who carries heaven's authority, because you do. Speak as one who knows what I've spoken over you will come to pass. No dream is too far gone. No relationship is too fractured. No past is too broken for me to redeem. I'm restoring things that you didn't even know needed healing. Bringing answers to prayers you stopped praying. And preparing divine encounters you couldn't have orchestrated even if you tried. Yes, there will be moments that stretch you. But they will also elevate you. Not in pride, but in purpose. Because the world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs those who've been through the fire and still carry kindness in their eyes. It needs those who faced loss but kept loving. Who've fallen and risen, not bitter but better. That's who you are. So lift your gaze. Let go of what no longer serves you. And step forward, not timidly, but boldly. The ground ahead has already been cleared. The doors are swinging open. The timing is shifting into alignment. You don't have to make it all happen. You just have to follow my lead. Even when the path curves, even when the fog rolls in, trust that I go before you, lighting every step. And when joy comes, and it will, let it in without apology. Laugh freely. Dance without restraint. Celebrate, knowing this joy was always meant for you. You are stepping into a season where you will walk lighter, not because life gets easier, but because you've learned to hand me what you were never meant to carry. The weight is lifting. The dawn is breaking. The promise is unfolding. So walk forward, beloved, with faith in your heart and light in your eyes. You are not who you once were, you are being made new. And the best? The best is still ahead.